You know, got up this morning, right? And I got up to do my walk, to go down the road, right? And, it was a very steep hill. And when I was coming back up, because I would go way down and then I would come back up, a gentleman, let me sit a little bit, a gentleman stopped me, right? He down with a sweat, stopped me. And he said, do I want a lift? I said, no. And he asked me about twice. And in truth and in fact, he had good intentions, but it was not in line with the purpose for what I was doing. I'm trying to strengthen my core, you know, um, build up stamina and resistance, overall optimal health. So a nice little lift, as convenient as it is, would have distracted me from my purpose. And I want to take us into a spiritual truth that sometimes there are people with good intentions, but it's not in line with purpose. I'm speaking of the spiritual thing. Good intentions versus God's intentions. When Jesus was about to go to the cross and he told his disciples about it, right, he said Peter took him and began to rebuke him. No, Lord, this shall not be you. Because Peter had good intentions. He was trying to preserve his life and keep him around. But it was not in line with God's intentions. For his purpose was to come, suffer, die, pay for the sins of the world. And so I want to sometimes remind us, sometimes we have to say no. Or sometimes we have to reject certain things because it's good, but it's not in line with our purpose. Because you don't want to just be busy. You want to be effective. You want to ensure that whatever you're doing is in line with your purpose. In line with your purpose. So I get up every single day and I exercise. And sometimes people pass and see me and say, probably figuring, boy, it's a lot. But at the end of the day, as I always say, your body is a temple of the Lord. At the end of the day, you must know what your overall purpose is and operate. Avoid, in that purpose, avoiding distractions. So sometimes they are good intentions, but they're not God's intentions. And people may have sympathy or they want to help. But there are certain situations that you have to do for yourself. Nobody could make you healthy. You have to do it. So I just want to wish you a wonderful Sunday and say, man, listen, don't just be fit with your health. Be fit with your spirit. Have a blessed day. Good intentions, but not God's intentions.